Texas versus Robert Alvarez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Douglas Catmire.
Are you Mr. Alvarez?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
entered a plea on April 24th of guilty to the offense of burglary of a habitation theft. All right. According to your plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 5 years in the prison, and the state is silent on your applications.
Father passed away when you were about 13 or 14 years old. Yes. And was that a painful cancer death? Yes. And were you shot a few years ago? Yes. And the bullet is still lodged near your spine, is that correct? Yes, sir. And they cannot dislodge it for fear of paralysis? They can, but they have fear that it will cause maybe paralysis. And did you get addicted to prescription pills at this time? Yes, sir. And that accident and your addiction to prescription painkillers, did that lead us to where we are today? Yes, sir. And are you willing to follow any and all treatment recommendations that were done, recommended in the PSI, whatever the judge asked you to do? Yes, I'll take anything. Which would include inpatient if necessary? Yes, sir. And you have a job waiting for you when you get out of treatment, if that is what is ordered? Yes, sir, too.
All right. So, Mr. Alvarez, I see here that you went into a home and you stole a vehicle.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then the police, I guess, were trying to apprehend you, and you crashed the vehicle into a marked patrol. Why are you doing this?
When I get off when I take the Xanax, I tend to get like a mentality of fast money, a fast way to get good money to help my mom out. And
Well, I'm sure your mom doesn't want you stealing.
no, man.
Your Honor, I don't believe the suffered still from the injury. It was the addiction to the drugs from the pain pills that I was alluding to, Your Honor.
Okay.
That spiraled us here to this drug addiction.
All right. And I see that he has a number of burglary of vehicles pending. Is this the correct person that's standing before me from the PSI report? That he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 burglary of vehicles pending? Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
And then engaging in organized crime. Well, I'm sorry, 7 burglary of vehicles pending. Evading arrest, which I'm assuming was this foot chase, and engaging in organized crime. Is that correct?
I believe that sounds correct, Your Honor.
All right. I just want to make sure I had the correct person. All right. Who's your next witness?
I call his brother, Roland Alvarez. How are you related to Robert Alvarez?
I'm his older brother. He's my younger brother.
And after Roland was shot, did you notice any changes in him? Robert was shot, I'm sorry.
Yes. I did notice that the medication they had him on, kind of had him a little bit more distant, caught him a little bit more foggy as far as focus. And I did see that I could tell that it was taking like an effect on his personality overall, even though I know it was meant to help with the pain of the wound.
Do you think that led to a drug addiction with other illegal drugs?
I believe so, because just growing up around a lot of people with drug addictions, I do know how pain meds, even though they're medically prescribed, can cause addiction and can lead to addiction to where you get tolerated to it and you need something else for the pain and you just keep going higher and higher. Though I don't agree that that's the best way to go, I do understand that that's a possible route. And I do believe that's what's happening with my brother.
You believe that he needs inpatient treatment?
I would believe so. I think inpatient treatment would be great for him, just because I know the programs they have out here, and him being able to be in there with groups and people to be able to guide him in the right direction, I think would be the best thing for him. Because I think it's more positive out here. There's more recent resources out here in the inpatient than it is incarcerated that would be available to him to be able to help him with rehabilitation with drugs and different other things mentally.
And do you know of any potential employment opportunities for him?
Yes, he could either work with me, by Tesco Technologies, um, or he has another job opportunity, with my cousin's boyfriend, who is a master welder, and he has, agreed to take him as an apprentice, and teach him a welding trade.
What's the circumstances surrounding his shooting?
That I know of, because I work a lot, is that he was at a friend's house and someone had came over and was like had a gun and was kind of like flashing around and playing with it, and apparently it went off. Um, it wasn't like an attack or anything like that. It was some guy playing with the gun, showing it off, and it went off and it went in the direction of my brother and hit him. And I guess the exit wound, I guess the bullet traveled, according to the doctors, and kind of lodged back there. So it was kind of like a surprise, some kid just not being smart. Number one for having one, and then number two for uh, playing around with one as if it's not dangerous.
Okay.
Could have lost his life.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any other witnesses?
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. On this case, bring it back next week and I'll make a decision at that time. I have some things. The state of Texas versus Robert Alvarez. All right, so the court asked that this be called back because I was given information by the defense and information in the PSI report. All right. For Mr. Tristan Muros, do you have the keys to his garage?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Where are they?
They were in the evidence in the vehicle.
So the police have the
Police should
keys?
have it then, Judge.
All right, because he wants the keys to his garage back. And state, can you make sure that he has those?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have a choice. The state is asking that your punishment be assessed at a cap of 5 years. What that means is that the most time I could sentence you to prison would be 5 years. The range of punishment for this offense is up to 20 years in prison. You have a choice. I can give you deferred adjudication, and I will give you deferred adjudication for 8 years. You're going to go into inpatient treatment, or if you would like, I could just sentence you to 4 years. Which do you prefer? This is a problem if he has to think about it. Do you just want to go to prison and do your time?
I'll take the treatment.
Let me stop you right there. Your attorney wants you to take the treatment. This is what I always have to remind myself of, and other people need to remind themselves. You can't give somebody what they want, what you want for their life. You can't make them want that for themselves. It's like the song Harry Hippie. So the question is, do you want treatment? If you don't want it, there's no shame in saying you don't want it because maybe you're not prepared to do it, but it's going to be inpatient treatment. Your life is going to pass you by, whether you're in inpatient treatment or whether you're at the prison. The choice is yours. If you want to go to prison, I will send you to prison for 4 years. The state is asking for 5.
Take the treatment.
Okay. All right. Do you have children?
No.
I'm going to sentence you to 8 years deferred adjudication, a referral to felony drug court. If not accepted, then safe P, proof of employment within 30 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, the UA hotline until further notice, and that's to be upon release. And he's to remain in custody until he's accepted in felony drug court or until he's transferred to Safe P. 300 hours of community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
10th grade.
Why didn't you graduate?
I was worried about other things. I was being dumb.
What?
I was worried about a lot of other things. Trying to get quick money. I was worried about dumb things.
I'm not going to waive the community service hours. He is going to be ordered to either obtain your GED or some sort of certificate from trade school, you need to start working and improving yourself. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. I'm going to want the MRT and CATS 1 and 2, restitution, if any, to Tristan Muros. I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
Is there anything else you need in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
You better start making better decisions in your life. Otherwise, you're looking at 20 years in the prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good.